Your St. Louis.
Fan Report, and I get you guys just love when that comes away, and I scream in your ears. Hello, I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this is the only pregame show that you're going to be able to talk about, that you're part of the show. Yes, that's right. You are part of the pregame show. We cannot do this without your comments. So I gotta love Brad Pond. For weeks, for almost a week and a half, he has asked me, when is Torrey Krug coming back? Today. So what's the very first thing I get? It's, when is Braden Shin coming back? Brad, I absolutely love you. I absolutely love you. He says he hates the intro. He has no patience. The intro allows me a moment or two to set things up, get my thoughts together, and get ready for you. Good morning. I'm ready for a Blues blowout. I kind of am too. And the first thing I put in the I guess the little, what do you call it? Pre-notes was, this is Perunovich is going to get his solo lap today. And if you know what that means, this is his first NHL game. So when they come out for the warm-up skate, basically they stop and let him go out and take a lap by himself and let everybody congratulate him and then go from there. You know, a lot of people are really, really excited about Scott Perunovich, right? He won the Tim Taylor Award for Most Outstanding Freshman. Drafted in the second round, 45th overall by the Blues. He won the Hobey Baker in 2020. That is the Heisman of hockey. Tonight he makes his NHL debut, and I'm not alone. Hello, Miss Ashley.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
Everything is good.
Are you feeling better, Miss Ashley?
I am getting there. I still got a little bit of the sniffles, but I'm a lot better than I was.
Yeah, I've been having some rough nights here. I finally got this medicine that's supposed to, I don't have high blood pressure, but it one of the side effects is it takes away PTSD nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I finally got it today. They ordered it 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I finally get it today. I'm supposed to talk to my therapist or my psychiatrist next week about how it's doing. Well, I don't know yet because I just got the stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. Because, you know, here's something that might help me sleep a little better, get things going, and who knows, maybe make this digits feel better. I don't know. You know, looking for a side effect.
Probably won't. You're probably going to be kind of iffy until you have your surgery, unfortunately.
Yeah. You can see, I cannot turn my hand, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? So I've had a couple people message me today, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, you know, they worry about, you know, the time to, you know what, guys, I love the messages. I don't always get to all of them, but I love them. Keep them coming. And he sent me one today, and he asked me what I expected. And I originally told him 60 minutes that I wanted to, and you know, the more I thought about it, no, I don't want 60 minutes. I want that dominant performance from Bennington. I want that shutout. I want that second shutout. I want the 5 shutout Bennington of 2019 to come back. I want that swagger back. I want that. I'm going to stop everything that comes at me, no matter what, to come back. And the more I think about it, and you look at what the Blues have got going on right now, it should come back.
Oh yeah.
Right. I actually think that, I know a lot of people are not happy with this. Scandella and Parayko are back on the line together.
Yeah, but with Falk and Krug, I think that they're going to take some time off of that. It's not going to all be on the top line.
You know what? And that's a really, that's a good point. And you made that earlier in a group, and I agree there. The other thing is, I'm starting to look at this and going, okay, what are we seeing that the coaches aren't?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because all of us are going, oh my God, Pareko and Scandella are so bad. They're horrible.
But you see, they did separate them in the third period of the last game, and it still ended up causing us to lose because they were on the ice like Pareko and Rosen, so it didn't do anything better.
But what I was trying to get at was what are we seeing that they're not? Mm-hmm. Right? Or vice versa. What are they seeing that we're not? Because they're keeping them together, right?
I think that they're giving them time because they have worked well together besides the last 3 games. So maybe they're hoping that, with more defensive core with them now, that it'll be a better pairing.
Okay, Joshua says, and I want to get to this real quick. Bennington has been a monster so far. Tell the D to do better.
Okay, the second period of the game yesterday, I allowed Guy to take off his muzzle, and it was with good reason. Yeah. Bennington did not play in the second period against Edmonton. He did come back in the third, so he has his moments, and I will give him that lapse of a period, but he can be better than that. And he does need to be called out, or he's going to pull that stuff again.
Yeah, no, and it's not that. This is not, you're not playing the number 2 or 3 team in the league like you played last couple of games. You're playing the number 31 team, or actually 32nd team, the bottom team in the league. And they are 32nd, 30th, or 31st in almost every single category. There's only one category that they're in the top 5 in the league in.
And that's probably shots against.
Shots allowed.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
shots allowed. Them. So they are limiting shots. But I think one of the reasons that they're limiting the shots is that they get beat so bad that teams stop shooting. Right? No, I mean, I know that sounds horrible. And then today we get Sonny D. Sonny D will make his season. Now, I'm not going to say what group, and I'm not going to say the person because there's some.
You don't need to.
There's some personality conflict there. Okay, great, no problem. They made a statement saying Sonny D is the heart and soul of this team. Let's see if I can. Not even going to give the drum there.
I don't think that there is a heart and soul of a team. They are a team. They are a unit.
O'Reilly.
I don't even think O'Reilly is the heart and soul because we were doing fine without him. I mean, it sucked, but they still won games without him.
The difference between with O'Reilly, this wasn't an injury where he couldn't, where he was out, right? This was just COVID illness where he was going to be out a couple of, he was going to miss 4 games.
Yeah,
that's it. He was, and this wasn't something where he was completely removed. Right?
I don't believe that any one player is ever the heart and soul of a team. I don't care if Ian disagrees with me. A team is a collected effort. Now, there are several leaders on a team, but there is no one person that is the heart and soul of a team.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. I mean, you can look at, I'll tell you what, in 19, Bennington became that heart and soul.
So did O'Reilly.
Up until the playoffs. Playoffs, he was.
There were multiple leaders that year. Steen, O'Reilly, Bennington. You can't put it all on one person. It is a collected effort.
Okay, fair enough. Sometimes you get players that are just that good or take that. Sonny is not the heart and soul. Definitely that guy that pushes everyone's
exactly.
Hustle. Good point. I'm sorry. This was good enough to say again. I said that he was the lungs of the team because he needed to breathe some life into it.
I liked that until you got a little cocky on it. 2 points. I liked it until you got cocky about it.
Hey, it was still good. I'm allowed to get cocky every now and then. Then Nate is the heart of our team. The note is the heart of our team. Okay, I misread that. That was Nate. Oh, Nate's down in Australia. He's the heart of the team. Oh, I like that. The Wild are Filigiano and Dumb. and are spark plugs for the team?
You see, spark plugs, there's multiple. There is not one person that embodies a heart and soul of a team. It's a collective effort. You go with spark plugs, that's identifying leaders. Yeah. And there are leaders, but there is not one person that makes that entire team.
Okay, so Joshua asked this, are these players actually catching COVID, or is it a COVID scare? What? No, they're actually catching COVID. Even Krug said that for the first 36 hours, they had very minor symptoms, right? But once you have the symptoms, you got to go in that 10-day window, right? If you test positive without symptoms, once you have your negative tests, you're okay to come back. But once you have symptoms, they're making you wait the 10 days. And I know you've probably seen a comment I haven't seen yet.
It's Kevin
We'll talk about this one here in a little bit. Yes, today Clifford was traded to Toronto.
I'm very happy about it.
I'm happy for him, but basically, have you ever heard the phrase, and I think I've said it before and you've heard it before, for a bag of pucks?
Pretty much.
That's what this trade was for.
I mean, yeah, it gave us
when you say future considerations, that's a bag of pucks.
It essentially is, but we needed the space, so it was a cap space saving move that kept a NHL level player playing in the NHL.
Yeah, it does. He was in Toronto when he became a free agent and signed with St. Louis. So Toronto didn't want him then. I'm surprised Toronto's taking him back. There must have been an agreement or something. Now I see what you were laughing at.
Kevin T has me laughing.
Kevin. Glad Clifford gets playing time. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get in Toronto, to be honest with you. Ian says, wow, I did miss that. What did you get for him? Definitely cap. Future considerations. Bag of pucks, right? There's no, here, you take this player and we'll work a deal out later, right? Now, usually, Kevin says dollar bills. That's all, y'all. That's what it's about. In some ways, it's the dollar bills. In other ways, there's other things there. The way the cap is this year, a lot of teams are going to be affected. And you look at Ottawa. Ottawa is definitely affected by the cap, right? Today, I'll tell you, this has got to be. You've got to go for the jugular, right, from the beginning. Right? I mean, get in there, grab it, twist, and yank. Show it to him, right? What was that movie? Roadhouse.
Yes.
Where he rips his throat out and shows it to him, and then the last Rambo movie, he takes this beating heart out and shows it to him as he's dying. That's what you have to do in this game, right? That's what you absolutely show them their beating heart. You and put a body on Keller. Keller is a St. Louis boy. He loves playing against St. Louis for some reason. He's got points against St. Louis. He's got 5 points in the last 4 games. You got to stop him. You absolutely have to stop him.
No, Ian.
Are you ready for this one?
No, Ian. A hockey team, the whole team is the heart. Not one individual person.
Right. Marianne says, Marianne, welcome. We love when you're here. Says, old time hockey. And I absolutely agree. 10 people watching, 7 likes. Hey, thank you so much for that. Let's do a quick little shout out here to Jose Figueres, Michael Bovetta, Joshua Ian, Eric Bartlett. Oh man, Eric, I went to high school with him. Big E, he's a policeman in the St. Louis City. Actually, I think he's a sergeant now for the St. Louis City Police Department. E. Guido, Brad Pond, and John Hefner. Thank you all. And Eric, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Fun fact, Roadhouse was a movie based off my time at my local bar. I was the bouncer.
Keep dreaming, buddy. Keep dreaming.
Yeah, Joshua, I think I know how old you are, and I know when that movie came out. My guess is you weren't old enough to be in a bar when that movie came out.
Probably not.
That's my guess. Right?
I'm pretty sure he's younger than I am.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna call that one out. I saw that movie in the movie theater.
I
Right?
think I was in diapers when that movie came
Yeah,
out, bud.
probably. Yeah, no, it was in the 90s. I want to say it was in the early 90s.
I thought it was like late 80s. Hold on. I'm looking that up.
Ryan Green says, yeah, but the bouncer's outside the bar. Disagree, Ashley. One player can be the guy that inspires a lot of players on a team.
And that is a leader, not the heart and soul.
Okay, and that's fair. I'm not going with you. I'm probably I don't know, Kevin. I mean, I'm 52, so I don't think there's been too many. I think the only one that I know that's older than me, I don't know your age, but I know that I think Hef is a little bit older than me. Not by much, but a little bit.
Roadhouse was released in 1989, late 80s.
89, okay. So Kevin's 54, so he's got me by a shake. Right? Mary says, "Oh, Mary's even going to give her age, 47." Yeah, 89, 90. I knew it was in that period. Right? I knew it was in that period. I have to think about it. Now that I think about it, I probably seen it when I was in Norfolk, so at Military Mall. Can't believe I remember that.
All right, Ian, if we're going to do that, the heart of the team would be the fans.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay, I have a fun challenge for you guys, just for giggles. Assign every member of the Blues roster a body part, or on the human body. Example, coach or management would probably be the brain.
Fans would be the heart because of the way that the Blues slumped whenever they had no fans.
Yeah, and I think the fans might be the heart. I like the I'd have to think about that one a little bit, Ian. I mean that's a good one. I know who the anus would be. Right? And I don't know if I should say it, but I kind of think I know who the anus would be.
Right? Oh, go ahead and say it.
Berube.
Well, right? No, he already said that the coaching staff would be the brain.
Okay, no. I will give the brains to Armstrong. Mm-hmm. Right? He's the one that put it all together. I'm calling Berube the ass because if you've ever seen his press conferences, boy, he is an ass in his press conferences.
Okay.
So yeah, he's an arse there. Yeah, I'm 1993. Yeah, I kind of thought so there, Ian.
You're nice a baby.
Yeah. My daughters are your age. Yeah, 94 and 95. My daughters are your age. And don't assign players as the heart or soul, and I don't want Ashley reaching through the screen and wringing my neck. Ian, she would do that no matter what. Right?
Hey, I just got over being sick. I have a little feisty in me right now.
Kevin T says 1989, I was in Korea. 89, depending on what part of 89, I was on my first deployment. At the end of 89, I went on my first deployment to the Mediterranean. Well, really second deployment. Hefner says, I signed up when Guy was in high school. Yeah, Hef, you ain't got me by that much. Right? I know you got me by a little bit, but not by that much. Smug remarks are going to bring this show down. Just because you're on a show, you don't need to talk down because of their comments. Ooh, ouch. But you know what? I take that with love. And it's something I don't think that my marks have been that smug, and I don't think that Ashley's have. But if you feel that way, we apologize. We don't want to get anybody down on that, and we don't want to bring the show down. But we love your comments. And Robert, I allow you. You can say whatever you need to say. Feel free, safe space. We always believe that. Who are you talking about, Morton? And would the anus be Bergeland? It might have been if he was still here, but he ain't here anymore.
Yeah, he ain't here no more.
Yeah, no, I hope we didn't. Man, that kind of like shocked me to hear that one, especially as big of a fan as Rob is. I'm kind of flabbergasted. It's kind of hard to speak for a moment. I just hope I haven't done that. You know, we don't want to go there. And thank everybody for watching. We've got a few more hits. We got some love from Marianne Holmes, Kyle Mead, Nath Vapon, and Miss Ashley Jones, who probably did it for one of her kids. We love each and every one of you, and we really appreciate that. Sanford isn't here to be. No, you know what Sanford would be? The weenus. Right? That little piece of skin that hangs around that does absolutely nothing. And the only time you notice it is when someone flips it and it hurts. So that would be Sanford. He'd be the weenus. Right? Guy, what do you know about the new D guy they brought up? Okay, I seen your comment earlier, and I didn't. So Scott Perunovich, he was very good college player, right? Played on Team USA. I think they won the gold or the silver. Won the gold or the silver. He was the freshman of the year in the NCAA, and then in 2020 won the Hobie Baker. Did not play that much last year. I do know that. I know he doesn't have a lot of games under his belt, and that was the same issue with
Neighbors.
Yeah, man. Same issue with Neighbors. No, I think don't hey. Bob's comment was directed at me and Ashley, and that's, you know what? And I want everyone to understand that's perfectly okay. I'm flabbergasted, and I'm not hurt by it. I'm not. It's a learn. What do I got to learn here? Right. That's what I'm trying to do. When something comes up like that, what have I got to learn here? Right. Got to learn things. Got to keep learning. That's what's going to make this show better and better and better each time. Oh, wow. The worst 15-game season starts in 67. The Coyotes are 1-13-0-1. Wow. Almost as bad as the Senators. That's bad. And then Marianne, yes. My heart goes out to Sammy Blaze. Sammy Blaze tore his ACL. He is out for the year. I made a comment in a private chat with some people that, well, I think the Blues won this trade, at least off the get-go. Blaze was having a decent season. It looked like an even-up trade. But now with him being out for the year, let's hope that, karma doesn't bite me in the butt and we don't lose Bush. I think they're showing Caden Keller his first 13 games against the Blues. He had 2 goals and 7 points. His last 7, he has 5 goals and 9 points. Right? Pennington is the fat roll. He's joking. Victor Rask would be the Achilles heel. For who? For the Wild? That's possible. Okay, for the Wild, yeah. Kevin T says PK Subban needs to be. I've seen that play. He ends up catching a guy in the knee pretty good, right? And he made a statement, and I think he made the statement to Tim Peel, saying it's something that snuck into my game that I don't know how it got there. Well, you know what, dude? I'm sorry. You may not be a dirty player, but that's a dirty play. And if you're continually doing it, then it's...
he just did it to Reeves in the preseason right before the season started, too.
Yeah.
It's 2 people from the same team he took out the same way. Luckily, Reeves wasn't as injured, but still.
Yeah. Well, hey, Josh, you know what? That comment was not ridiculous. It was what he felt, and if that's what he feels, that's fine. Okay, what do I got to learn here? I got to learn that I got to, I'm not going to please everybody. I'm going to make mistakes. You move on, right? He's done it repeatedly, and that's what you talk about. It's become part of his game, so it does concern me with him. They had, and I didn't get to see all of it, they had one of the guys from the player safety on NHL Network today and going over a couple of plays where they were suspended. And then they talked about why they don't show plays that they review but don't hand out penalties too. In my eyes, they need to start saying why they don't give penalties out, right? Because they have made some huge mistakes. The one with Bozak in the playoffs, where he took an absolute elbow to the nose, right? Wasn't called nothing and going, oh, well, it's because he was falling in. No, it was an elbow. Right? You have to maintain, there were some things there. And that's kind of where, I'm looking at well, and we can talk about that later. We're all allowed our opinions here, and that's where, I want it all the way. I think more people want it to be a dirty call because it was Subban, but Kiva was 100% trying to play the puck. Yeah, he was trying to play the puck, but he's taken his knee to somebody else's knee too many times for it to know. It's become part of his game. And he even admitted that it's something that slipped into his game that he doesn't know how it got there. Well, because you got away with it once, and then you got away with it twice, and then you got away with it 3 times, and you got away with it 4 times. That's how it's in the game. So if you want to know how I feel about that, I feel about it that way. So Ian wants to know what our score predictions are, and ask us to do the Wild versus the Sharks game as well. That's actually going to be a good game. I haven't paid a lot of attention to either team. I haven't had a chance to really look at look at what happened to the standings and all that. But I actually like the Sharks in this one. Right, I'm gonna
go with the Wild on this one. I think that it'll be a close game. I think it'll be 4-3, but I'm pretty sure the Wild have the Sharks.
I was gonna say 3-2 Sharks. All right, 3-2 Sharks. Marianne wants to know if anybody knows what happened to Shin, or excuse me, what his injury is. We don't know the exact injury. We don't know anything about it. There's speculation. That's all there is, Marianne. I know you said you thought it might be a shoulder. I don't think it was a shoulder. Someone brought up bruised ribs. I don't think bruised ribs is going to keep you out for the length that it's kept him out. I think they might be. Huh?
Cracked ribs would.
Cracked, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say cracked ribs. Surprised with the Ducks this season? Absolutely, I am. I'm very surprised with the Ducks this season. Jose says 6-1 Blues. I'm gonna throw out a totally different score. But what do you got, Ashley?
Chris Lambert messaged me with that same idea, 6-1, and I think that's a little too high. But I think it'll probably be a 4-1 game for the Blues.
Well, you're close to mine. I'm calling for the goose egg, 4-0. I'm calling it. I think this is. Bennington has to be slightly upset with himself.
Yes.
Because if he plays better in the second, they win this game. Right? They win this game. This is a team that he's got not a great record against. They are the worst team in the league right now. They have won 1 game. They have 3 points, 15 games in. Right? That's less points. Actually, that's probably more points than I have good jokes, but that worked out perfectly. There we go. You could call me Buttons on that one.
Okay, Buttons.
There we go. Oh, yeah, I guess maybe you didn't even hear it.
No, I
hit the wrong one, but I originally hit this one.
That one was actually good.
Yeah,
that would have been a me.
Yeah, when I wanted this one. So yeah, John says Bennington possessed tonight. This team, they need to go out and shut this team down.
They do.
Right? And you need to shut Keller down. You need to do something that, and I hate to say that, you need to go out there and embarrass Keller. Put a body on him. He touches the puck, he gets hit. Right? He touches the puck, he gets hit. You get out there. I get that, Marianne, but I had to call this one.
Marianne, I'm with you. That's why I went with 4-1.
Nope. I'm calling it because if when he gets it, I'm gonna brag, and if he doesn't, great, blame it on me. Oh, you mean this one? Oh yeah. See, you know what, Jose? When I we got to find out if there's a way when I do your show, if I get to MC one of your shows, if I could take my soundboard with me. Right? Throw a few of my sounds in there, and then that would be fun. And
just
then
a warning, Jose, he never hits the right button at the right time.
Yep. That sounds like Grandma's old rocking chair. Oh, I like that. Anything besides a win would be a disappointment. This team so we're on a 3-game losing streak, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 1 point in 3 games. You need to turn that around now. Brad Pond, welcome, buddy. 3-2 for the Blues. I don't see that. It's got to be different. You have Krug back. You have because I would absolutely suck at that. The only balloon animal I could make would be a certain part of the male anatomy.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh my goodness.
That, yes, he knows how to do that.
No, that's what I'll be doing on stage, making an ass out of myself. But we'll go there. Brad says we're making his day. Well, you might be the only one, Brad. You might be the only one. Okay, the game is almost on. This is going to be a fun one. Sit back, enjoy. This is Guy for Ashley Slapshot Jones saying aloha, mahalo, and we'll all see you at the second intermission. And before we go, there's 11 of you watching. I want each and every one of you during the game to get a hold of a friend and get them to watch. Let's double that to 22. We want 22 people watching the intermission. Right? It's up to you. I'm challenging each and every one of you to get out there and bring a friend. Let's double this to 22 at the intermission. Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you on the first intermission show.